Hello, guys. What's up? This is Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar, live back at it again with the African superstar family. Please make sure you like the stream when you get in the room and make sure that you support the stream. You can leave me something in the chat room. This is subscriber only, okay? Which means you have to be subscribed to the channel in order to leave comments. I want to give a big shout out to the customers of theafricansuperstar.com. Please head over to my website, www.theafricansuperstar.com. Check out some of our merch. I'll go ahead and show you one of our recent adverts so you can see kind of some of my products. Okay. All right. So those are some of my products of my African Superstar X Ghana collection. Also, big shout outs to our members only who are designated by the circle next to their name. And all of our new subscribers have been coming over. The platform is currently growing. Obviously, there's a lot of collab videos with African Tigress, who's currently here in Ghana. So we've been covering that. And I've also introduced my own vlogs to the channel, which a lot of you guys have been enjoying. So please check out all that stuff. Today, I want to talk about reject the life you don't want in the West because you have African options. So last night, I went actually out to my favorite beach bar and met a friend there. And, I kind of just got some things off my chest. I just relaxed. We stayed several hours, had some drinks and, snacks, and took in the atmosphere. And one of the things I was sharing with my friend was that, it's such a luxury to be here in Ghana by the sea. I love warm weather. Obviously, I love the sun. I like beaches and pools and all that stuff. And I think that it's such a luxury. And I think that when, for instance, diasporians may go up and down with various things here on the continent, that's a great opportunity for you to remind yourself of the reasons that you came here and the things that you love. So I was having a rough time yesterday and I decided, you know what, let me go out to the sea because this is one of the luxuries of me being here in Ghana. What's up, Mind, Body, and Soul TV? I see you there representing. She's the first in the chat room. Again, guys, this is subscriber only. So you will need to be subscribed to leave comments in our chat room. Obviously, the channel's now back growing. So I have to make sure that we have the safeguards in place, just to keep out any nonsense now. So one of the things I was talking about as I was at the sea was how much I hated the cold weather in the US. I didn't like the environment. I think for me, tropical environments are so much nicer. You have the fresh fruits, you have the palm trees, you have the beach, you have access to, the sea and all that. And I just never entertained it as a viable option because I was born and raised in Ohio. And obviously, that's not the lifestyle that you live there. But the reason that I'm here in Ghana today and the reason that I'm living here and enjoying my life here is because I rejected the notion that what I was living was going to be it for me. And it's taken a long journey and it's taken a lot of soul searching, but I kind of started the quest of becoming self-actualized. That's what it's called on the Maslow hierarchy of needs. If you guys are familiar with that chart, it talks about you covering like your basic needs and then moving up through the ranks. And then the very pinnacle is when you become self-actualized. And I've been on a quest to find the environment that I'm most happy and most productive. When I started the journey, I first left the US and I went to the UK because I really enjoyed the UK when I first traveled there. And then I realized, weather is a big part. Weather is a part of this too, because the weather is a bit more harsh in the UK than it is in Ohio, at least. So I realized, okay, yeah, Europe is a lot more calm. There's a lot less tension, racial tensions, and things like that, per se. I mean, it's definitely there. However, I need better weather. Okay. And I need better weather that doesn't require me to take a holiday to get it. Europeans happen to travel a lot. And this is one of the reasons, is because the weather in many European countries is really not desirable. And it can affect your mental well being, it can affect your health. And I'm challenging you guys today to reject the life that you don't want. People are going to tell you that you need to be satisfied with those options. Okay. People are going to tell you you have it good, you have it made, you need to be happy, you need to be satisfied, you need to be grateful, you know, but only you yourself know if it's really working out for you, if you're maximizing your potential. If you're living in an environment and you feel like I'm just never getting ahead, I'm unhappy here, and you also feel that your goals are unattainable, because I see my goals as attainable and feasible here in Ghana, and I didn't see them feasible and attainable in the West. I couldn't figure out how to strategize to get up the ladder to get to my dream life, the attributes of my dream life, the freedom of my dream life. Here on the continent, I can actually visualize it. I see people living it. I see, the trappings in my environment in terms of people being successful, businesses, beautiful homes, that kind of stuff, and freedom. And you'll only get to this level in life, when you keep pursuing the ultimate version of yourself. You've got to be unapologetic about that, if you really want to get there. Because, like I said, along the way, there's going to be people that try to convince you that you should be happy where you are. I know definitely migrants will go through this. Those of you that are out in the international community, if you start trying to communicate with your family and friends back home, I'm having some problems, I'm not happy here, things aren't working out, my health is being affected, my mental well-being is being affected, they will tell you, hey, you're fortunate. Maybe even your family puts pressure on you and says, um we're depending on you. That's a huge burden to many migrants out in the international community. We're depending on you, so you're not able to really make the decision for yourself. But I really have to tell you, as someone who is living this way, it's a priceless sensation. You have to reject things that you don't want. When people are coming to you and they're offering you stuff that you don't want, you have to reject that. Okay. In order to live your African dream, you have to reject the notion of the American dream. You have to reject you're pursuing this way of life, because if you don't, you're going to get wrapped up in it. Okay. You can't simultaneously be pursuing, for instance, the American dream and then also be pursuing life here on the continent. I mean, unless you're just totally loaded and you can be two places at the same time, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to pick the direction that you are going to go in. When I decided that I was leaving the US, I turned away from the identity that I had there and the aspirations that I had there, and I began to kind of visualize something else, and I had the same epiphany when I decided I want to come to Ghana. I had to figure out, okay, how am I going to facilitate this? How am I going to make this thing happen? But I'm telling you, living here for me is a remarkable testament of not accepting things I don't want. So many people have told me that I should settle for America, that I should settle for the UK, that I was fortunate, even though I was telling them, hey, my needs are not being met here. I'm not happy here. I'm not achieving my goals here. I'm not escalating the way I want. I don't like the weather. I don't like the social environment. Prospects for dating, the quality of food. And I'm telling people this, and they're like, yeah, but Gina, well, what are you going to do in Africa? You know, you got to pursue your African options. Nobody else is going to do it for you. There's nothing greater than self. Okay, your solutions are inside of you. And in as much we want people to accompany us on this journey, we want people to pitch into our journey, we want people to care about our journey. In reality, you have to be the biggest proponent of your goals ever. First trivia question to those of you guys that are in the room. Big shout out to the African Superstar family. Make sure you like the stream. If you're here, leave me something in the chat. Now, this is subscriber only. So you'll need to be subscribed to leave comments, just like Mind, Body, and Soul TV did. Now, what is the probability that if I waited on someone else to facilitate my move out of the US, what's the probability that I would be here in Ghana today? Can I get some ganders from the African Superstar family? That's the first trivia question. What is the probability that had I relied upon other people to provide me an opportunity to leave the US, to move to UK, to move to Ghana, what's the probability that I would have achieved it? You know, those of you guys that have been watching me for years on my previous platform know that I worked aimlessly, you know, to facilitate this move. And many of you guys will even remark about the growth and the journey, and you've seen how I've kind of evolved in many ways. I've taken that approach because I've had to be fluid in order to get where I need to get. Because you got to constantly assess yourself, constantly look at the situation as it is, and say, okay, this is how I'm going to have to do it. When I moved, for instance, from America to the UK, okay, I didn't have an entrepreneur hat on. Okay, just like anybody else, I just want to get a job and work and just, live my life and travel occasionally. And, I was cool with that. But what happened was I got to the UK and I started seeing, wow, I don't kind of like the working structure out there. Because first of all, you get paid, most jobs pay you once a month, which was a huge adjustment coming from the US where you get biweekly pay. And a lot of the jobs that were available all happen to be care work. And what that requires is like 12-hour shifts. So I didn't like that either. My whole day is consumed up, you see? And I started really craving like freedom. I started craving sleeping in without an alarm clock. I started craving doing what the hell I wanted to do when I want to do it, and wearing the clothes I want to wear, and all that stuff that I couldn't do because I had the parameters of the job. Those things, coupled with my desire to relocate to the continent, allowed me to, again, evolve into the entrepreneurial, African superstar that you see today. I said, okay, how can I start a business? How can I generate some streams of income that will help support me on this continent? But again, simultaneously rejecting what I was being given in my Western settings and being told, this is how it is. This is how life is. I refuse to accept it. I refuse to accept it. Okay? I refuse to accept being racially mistreated. I refuse to accept the condescending. I refuse to accept it. I could never be in the position I am in today if I accepted what I didn't want. And I think a lot of you guys are doing that. We are actually groomed to do that. We're groomed to, just trying to grin and bear it and just try to, go with the flow and not complain and make the best out of it instead of saying, you know what, this is not what I want. Big shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul TV. She's the only one who answers. So either we got some spectators or y'all trying to be funny. Let me go ahead and use, hey, good to see you. What's up, girl? Good to see you. My black yard is in the building. Big shout outs to her. Let's say, for instance, you were to go, let's say my black yard went to get, a sandwich. Okay. So she goes to the shop and she tells him, okay, I want to get a chicken sandwich with lettuce, tomato, and onion. Okay. And then they come back with a turkey sandwich with cheese. Okay. The same way, she's not about to take that. Okay. She's going to tell them, this is not what I ordered. I don't even like turkey. I don't want this. Go back and fix my sandwich. Listen, it's the same thing. People will think that it's a big deal to do, for instance, what I have done. I'm not going to minimalize it. It definitely was, it's definitely massive, you know. Um, but I was strategic about achieving it. But the bottom line is, when people are presenting you things that you don't want, and if that is like, for instance, the lifestyle in the West, a lot of people don't like it. Okay. A lot of people don't like the rat race. A lot of people don't like the racism. A lot of people don't like the weather. A lot of people don't like the media and all kind of stuff that goes along with the West. Don't accept it. Reject it. When people are telling you, oh, hey, this is the way that it is, refuse it. Be like, nah, that's not how it is. That's not how it is. That's not how it's going to be. And simultaneously, while you're rejecting things that you don't want, you need to be investigating and pursuing the things that you do want. And when you figure out what it is that you want, then you harness your energy to achieve that. That's exactly what I have done, and so many other people have done to achieve their goals here on the continent, for instance. You know, there are a lot of distractions, okay, out here modern day. What's up, family? If you guys are here, please make sure you like the stream. It is subscriber only, so any spectators won't be able to comment. But for my subscribers, what are some recent distractions? Let me see some recent distractions in the chat room, please. What are some recent distractions that, if you're not careful, you'll be entertaining that and you won't be pursuing your goals? I can think of one off the very top of my head. What are some recent distractions? What's up? What's up, Links 101? I see you in the building. Big shout outs to all my subscribers. This is subscriber only. So leave your what are some recent distractions? The first one, obviously, I can think about is Ukraine and Russia. Everybody's talking about Ukraine and Russia. People are worried about Ukraine and Russia, and how it's going to impact the economy and all this stuff. Listen, I'm just trying to be real with you, okay? Your goals are to get to the continent, okay? That's got to be your focal point. Let Ukraine and Russia handle their own problems, okay? It's not going to really, at this immediate, like, I'm going to say, if you're planning on leaving between now and within 6 months, you know, the probability of it really having a profound impact on you living in America, living in UK, living in Canada, living in Germany. Listen, you need to focus. There's so many distractions right now. And the more distracted you are, the less productive you are. Okay? You have to kind of like those horses, they're called Clydesdales. You know, shout outs to anybody in the US that know Budweiser beer. Their logo is Clydesdales, which is this type of horse, and they wear these shields on their eyes. Why do they wear the shield on their eyes? Well, they wear their shields on their eyes so they won't get distracted. Okay? If stuff is going on, they can't see it because it's blocking their peripheral. That's how you got to be. Links 101 says Xbox. Yes, a lot of people, Xbox, social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is like, oh my God. If you don't discipline yourself, you get on TikTok, you'll be on there for like 20, 30 minutes watching hilarious videos and all kind of stuff. This kind of thing, video games, social media, huge distraction. All right. If you love it and you need it, then figure out how to give yourself a restricted time. You know, say, okay, you know what? My lunch break at work, I'm going to spend it on Facebook. Okay. When I get home in the evenings, I can give myself an hour to watch or play games or whatever. Okay. Set timers, set alarms, and restrict yourself from it. Because if you're not careful, These kind of things can be a huge distraction and really siphon your time. Okay, people in the chat room are listening. What are some distractions that are happening right now that are can be impacting your productivity? My Black Yard says my mom's attitude towards me leaving. Family, huge. Friends, huge. My advice to you is, if you're in a situation and you have family members that are trying to discourage you about your plans on the continent, discourage you from traveling and all that stuff, some may even go as far as become obstacles, doing things to you or doing things that will impact you or delay you. My advice is exactly what I have done, which is minimalize those that know your game plan. I know some people, they've waited as long as like a week before traveling, maybe a few days, or not even notified their family at all until they got to their destination, just to eliminate all the confusion and all of that. Okay? Because you've got to minimize the distractions. What's up, WM West Coast? Big shout outs to my subscribers. It's subscriber only, guys. Please make sure you hit the subscriber button. Okay, we about to grow this platform this year. Yeah. Okay, so don't be cheap and become watching me. I'm not a statue. You can subscribe to the channel if you like our content. All right, so currently we're talking about distractions that are happening. I contributed Ukraine and Russia. That's probably the number one distraction right now. It's on the news channels 24/7. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's posting about it. Blah, blah, blah. Pray for Ukraine. All this nonsense. Wahala. Listen, focus on your plan. Because Ukraine and Russia are going to be all right. They're going to be okay. They're going to be fine. I promise you. And even if they're not going to be fine, what can you do to help them? And even if you want to send money over to Ukraine, you could be putting that in your Africa fund. Huh? Because Ukraine and Russia is not contributing to your game plan. I mean, I'm just saying. Some might say that I'm callous. I'm just being real. Link says celebrity gossip. Yeah, absolutely. People like to be entertained, though. People like to know what's going on with celebrities, what happened yesterday. It's huge. I mean, it's huge even here on YouTube. I have friends in the genre and their platforms are popping. People like, Kevin Samuels and O'Shea Du Jackson does a lot of celebrity videos. Tasha K and these people, celebrity gossip. It is a huge distraction. Put your blinders on to nonsense, guys, if you want to achieve anything. If you don't mind doing your thing gradually or one day or whatever, then you can take your time. But I can tell you definitively, when you really focus on your goals and say, you know what, I am going to achieve ABC. I'm going to do this year. I'm going to hit this target. I'm going to take that trip. I'm going to save this amount of money. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. And you get focused and you get dedicated, you can achieve it. Your probability goes up significantly higher when you focus on it. But when you're distributing your energy all over the place, you're giving 10% to celebrity gossip. You're giving 20% to the Xbox. You're giving, 15% to your mom and family, moaning, arguing with them, texting back and forth, sending memes, sending them, my videos and Wodamaya's videos about the continent. Listen, you are misallocating your time and energy. It's a distraction. Don't get caught up in it. It never ceases to amaze me how when the distractions emerge, how quickly they take fire. And I'll be thinking to myself, don't the people notice that this is a distraction? Don't they notice that this timing is crazy? So we went directly from COVID to the Russia-Ukraine thing. And they ain't even talking about COVID no more. Mandatory vaccines just a couple months ago, December time, here in Ghana. Nobody's talking about it anymore. Distractions. Yes, Kanye West. He's constantly in the headlines. Ever since him and Kim Kardashian started having relationship problems, listen, let Kanye West and Kim's new boyfriend and all them deal with their situation, guys. You need to harness your energy for your own life. Okay? These distractions that you're being provided are concerted efforts to, slow down your productivity. All right? And what I'm trying to tell you is this is part of my title, which is reject the life you don't want in the West because you have African options. When you decide you want to exercise your African options, you've got to reject all the popular stuff that's going on in your environment. For real. Because a lot of that stuff is very, very consuming. You get involved in it and it's like a cycle. And next thing you know, you've gotten carried away. I wanted to bring this message to you guys today because I'm a huge proponent of do it yourself. Figure it out. Find the solution. Don't be a victim. That's what I'm all about. I've been through some crazy situations, some major disappointments, huge setbacks. And the only thing that keeps me sound and keeps me pressing is my relentless, ability to go forward. It's a reason why I'm here on social media, because I want to show you guys, hey, you don't have to get knocked off of your pedestal every time something comes on. Every time somebody talks about you, every time, you don't have to respond to nonsense. Okay? You don't have to deal with that. And if you want to achieve your goals, what's up, Alexis? I see you there. You've got to learn this lesson. Okay? They don't teach us about this growing up in the West. I don't think they teach it anywhere, really, about the power of energy and the power of focusing and the power of not procrastinating and driving at your goals. A lot of times the way we're raised is to impart our love and, desires and wishes into a third party. Okay? So you're waiting on your job, you're waiting on, your education or God, or you're waiting on, the golden rule to come and satiate you. When the answer is you yourself drive at the goal. I asked a question earlier in the live stream, and big shout outs to Mind, Body, and Soul TV. I said, what's the probability that I would actually be living here in Ghana if I would have relied on other people to facilitate the move? And Mind, Body, and Soul TV said 0. She's absolutely correct. Because the whole reason I'm here is because me, made the decision, devised the blueprint, and executed the plan. So many setbacks and crazy stuff along the way. Disappointments, letdowns, unforeseen expenses. I mean, I even had my YouTube channel taken down. But because I choose to be the master of my destiny, big shout out, thank you guys. Mind, Body, and Soul. Thanks, boo, man. I appreciate you. She's on her task. She's got the like count and everything. Listen, hit the likes, guys. Don't be a spectator in our channel. Be a part of the numbers. Be measured. Okay, I appreciate it. The only reason, guys, is because I have decided that I'm going to live my life here on this continent. And I decided a long time ago, whatever obstacles I face, as long as I'm healthy and in sound mind and my body is working, I'm going to come back. And I really think that mentality a lot of times helps me get through, crazy situations, because I don't take a lot of energy to focus on those situations. My focus is getting beyond it and getting on. Alexis, I've talked about this a few times on the channel. However, YouTube said I violated community guidelines because obviously Black empowerment is a community guideline. Obviously, you guys will know on my channel, I'm always tasteful. I don't swear. I'm always mindful of my audience. However, you know, we are in their environment. So they do have relegation to do these things to us, and they will. You know, my channel was blowing up. I just had got to over 11,000 subscribers. I just had my interview on BET, and then my channel went down. You know, but like I said, I choose to come back from any obstacle. I choose to come back. After that, some people might be like, you know what, I'm done with YouTube, because it took me 8 years to build that channel. I built my channel organically and unapologetically. Over 1,000 videos were lost on that channel. Okay. But I decided, yeah, you're not going to silence me. You know, I'm going to come back again. Because the beauty is, when you innovate something, you have the ability and capability to innovate again. Now, see, if I wasn't really the African superstar, you know, and they took my channel and like somebody was kind of behind me and I was just like the face, yeah, it might spell devastation. It might be very difficult for me to get back into space. But as for me, I'm like, okay, like Jay-Z says, if you made Jay, make another Jay. I'm the African superstar. That's my brand. You feel me? I can reinvent this brand as much as I want because it's my baby. It's me. You know, don't get me wrong. It is annoying. Mr. Uganda says, I'm not gonna lie, that would annoy the heck out. Oh, it's annoying. It's frustrating. It makes me angry. It's unfair. You know, Cardi B is here on YouTube shaking her behind all over the place, barely dressed, Meg Thee Stallion, and you know, all these rappers showcasing violence and all this stuff, and their channels are just fine. You have white supremacists, you have male bashers, female bashers, nobody else. You know, they're all still here. You know, so the struggle is real, but I just want to let you guys know, reject things that you don't want. Okay? Reject things that you don't want. Do not accept things that you don't want. If you are in the Western settings, okay, and you feel it's not for you, you know, or you've come to the continent many times and you love it and you just feel happy. You know, many diasporians remark that they feel relieved when they come here. You know, they feel less stressed. You know, we have our own share of problems, cultural differences and all that. But still, yet and still, they feel like, okay, I'm not going to get gunned down by the cops. You know, I don't have to worry about mass shootings everywhere I go. You know, I'm part of the majority. You know, I get to live in warmer climates and have access to the beach and, you know, more social events. You know, and your mental well-being is very important, guys. Your brain controls all the movements of the rest of your body. When your mental well-being is compromised, and so many of our people are struggling and dealing with that in the West. Okay. It makes you very non-productive, and I'm all about being productive. Can I get a like count, guys? I'll open up the chat room if the likes is on point. I'll open up the chat room to see if anybody has any comments on this subject. So for me, prioritizing my mental well-being is so paramount because I can't really be at my best unless I do. And I find that I'm most productive here in Ghana. You know, it's synonymous with my freedom. I have people on my back watching me, telling me what to do, how to do it, and all of that. So it allows me to be the best version of myself. You know, big shout outs. What's up? Alexa said she restarted her channel after 18,000 subscribers. Girl, did you keep all your subscribers though? Did you just delete the videos? I mean, honestly, listen, that's a lot of subscribers to start back from scratch. Shout outs. Yeah. My Black Yard is talking about, you know, advantages of being on the continent. She loves the pineapple here. The pineapple slap here in Ghana. I'm not going to lie. Kenya also has some amazing pineapples. From when I went to Nairobi, I used to get the pineapples, used to really slap. Here in Ghana, also the mangoes. And a lot of you coconut lovers. There's a lot of, coconut milk, coconut meat lovers. You can get coconuts on the street any given time here in Ghana. It's amazing. These are privileges. These are, luxuries. Getting coconuts and stuff when you're in the West is expensive, because they got to import that stuff in. Mangoes are expensive. A lot of the fruit's not even nice. It doesn't even taste sweet or smell fragrant and stuff. Us being able to just go outside and to the roadside and get one is a luxury. Like I said, I went to the beach last night. It's a luxury. Just decide, hey, I want to go to the sea. And I don't got to drive to Myrtle Beach, and I don't got to get on a plane, and I don't have to take a train or not. I can just basically get a car and go on over there to the beach bar or go to the physical beach. Yeah, so big shout out to the family. Thank you, Mr. Uganda, for being on task. I'm going to briefly open up the call lines if you guys have anything on this topic. The topic is reject the life in the West that you don't want because you have African options, okay? You don't have to take and live a life that you don't want to live. Please make sure you guys like the stream. You can support the stream. Call in if you have any comments to drop on this. Otherwise, I will wrap it up. I'm here living in Ghana, enjoying my life here in Ghana because I rejected what I was told and groomed to want and told that I should love and should, pursue in the West. I looked at the lifestyles and I said, this is not what I want. This is not what I want to do and how I want to live. See? And I chose an alternative lifestyle, not a rainbow alternative lifestyle, but an alternative lifestyle outside of the West. And I would say, if I can do it, you can do it if you make your mind up. If you make your mind up. It requires you to focus, your mindset. My mindset is, like I said, it's relentless. Okay. I absolutely refuse to not be successful here on the continent and not achieve my goals. First of all, I just know there would be so many people that would talk and enjoy that. So that alone is like, nah, I got a point to prove. I got a point to prove here. I done talk so much about the continent. Huh? I done made songs about it, and I got so many videos, and I have to show and prove. Big shout out to the family. All right. Well, I think I have shared my topic. Nobody wants to call in, which is cool. Mr. Uganda said he'll call in. I don't know about Friday. That's far away. Today's Monday. I don't know. All I know is this weekend I'm going to see my nephew, and I'm looking forward to him next weekend. So that's all I know. But I don't know about Friday. But we'll see what happens, Mr. Uganda. Just keep your fingers crossed. I don't know, because my life, I don't know how it's going to be. Yes. So big shout out to African Superstar family. Thank you guys so much for your time today. Big shout out to all my moderators, my members only, the customers at AfricanSuperstar.com, everyone who has sowed a seed towards the music project. I'm working on new music. I have shared the next track that I intend to record. It's called Heartbreak Wednesday. I've shared it a couple times in a couple episodes. Song is highly dope, and I'm just preparing to record it when I raise the remainder of those funds. Yes. So that's the update. As far as my new viewers, welcome to the channel. As far as my spectators, become a part of the channel. Because as the channel gets bigger, I'll only be operating the subscriber-only option to avoid trolls. They're going to at least have to give me a sub if they want to get in my chat room. You feel me? It just cuts out a lot of nonsense. Okay? Because at the end of the day, this is my channel. Okay? I'm doing the content. And if you want to have something to say, the least you could do is subscribe. You feel me? Ugh. Ugh. All right, family. I'm going to wrap up now. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.